Hi everyone, it's Jan Teatri and welcome to iHealth Kitchen. You know, today I'm kind of reminiscing about our moms and our grandmas and our great-great-grandmothers who had the cure-all to everything that ails you, right? Homemade chicken soup, a great big pot of it. Well, here at iHealth Networks, we don't want to lose that. We don't want to make homemade chicken soup a dying or lost art. So today I'm sharing my very favorite tips and tricks to the perfect homemade chicken soup. It starts with a whole bunch of vegetables in a great big stock pot. And I start with the traditional, about 3 or 4 carrots and celery and onion. Now here's my first tip to the onion. First of all, use a great big sweet yellow onion. And then if you really want to add a nice organic natural sweetness to the chicken, saute that onion up in a little bit of olive oil or a tiny bit of butter and then throw that into the stock pot. Believe me, it makes a huge difference. The other thing that I add I add 1 turnip and 1 parsnip, and I got that from matzo ball soup, because when you make matzo ball soup, that's kind of the secret, and it just adds, again, another sweetness to that. I use about 3 or 4 bay leaves, and you can use a little bit of kale in there. All of this is so good for you, just so healthful. And then one of my other secrets is using a great big leek. Now I use mostly just the white part of it, and I just want to show you that if you're going to use a leek, it's very, very dirty inside. So what you want to do, and I'm just kind of cutting off a little bit of the real kind of a stiff dark green part of the leaf, but when I open this up and I show you that this is just loaded with, you know, it's the goodness from the soil, but you don't want that in your soup stock. So make sure that if you're using a leek, you go ahead and clean that off really well. So those are all the vegetables that you're going to throw in your pot. As far as chicken, any kind of chicken, a whole chicken, chicken parts, what I love is to use turkey or chicken necks, backs, anything very inexpensive, 78 cents that you can get a whole back, or just lots of turkey parts, very inexpensive. The turkey, again, adds sweetness. So as you can see, I like that little bit of sweetness to the chicken soup. All right, come on over here to the stove. I've been cooking my vegetables and my chicken parts for a couple of hours. If you taste the broth and it's not quite hearty enough, you can always add a little bit of chicken stock or some bouillon. And so what I've done is, once all of my vegetables and chicken cook, I strain them, and then here is what you're going to end up with, is this beautiful, beautiful liquid. My daddy used to call this Jan's liquid gold, and he was convinced that this cured everything. But look at how beautiful and just very, very hearty that is, and I've strained off all of the fat. Now, one of the things that you can really add to the chicken soup to make it delicious is some pasta, and we love using orzo pastina or something called acina di pepe, little tiny, tiny pastina. So let me pour you a beautiful bowl of my own homemade chicken soup. And here is my beautiful chicken soup all finished off. Now, some people like just the broth, and some people like the broth and the orzo pastina, and then some people love putting that chicken and the vegetables back in, and I like putting just the chicken pieces and some carrot in, because those hold up and still have some flavor. Look at that. As Daddy would say, liquid gold. And we've got this beautiful recipe for you, this very helpful recipe for you online right here at iHealth Networks. Come back often. We're always making something delicious like this chicken soup, and we'd love to hear what's cooking in your kitchen. So send us an email, put a little bit of cheese on there, and let us know what you're doing. And we will see you right back here next time in the iHealth Kitchen, right here on iHealth Networks.